It's Tuesday, October 20th, 2015, and this is What Did I Miss? The show that finds everything that was interesting on the internet today so that you don't have to. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here a while, thanks for sticking around. If you like what you see and want to show your support, subscribe if you haven't already, and please share the video with all of your friends. Without further ado,
let's do this.
This first story has a bit of an M. Night Shyamalan twist. Police were called in Oakland, California, when a man was witnessed swinging a machete in the streets hitting cars. That is, until the man was hit by not one, but two passing cars. There just so happens to be a beautiful vertical video from a bystander, and I'm gonna let you see that now. Moments later, police arrived, and here's where the twist comes in. It was determined that the man with the machete was actually the victim. The man with the machete had gotten into an altercation with a pimp who pulled a gun on him. The driver of that first car was that very same pimp. The second car just so happened to be a friend of the pimp. An assistant pimp, if you will. When police arrived, they decided the only assault that actually happened was the hit and run on the man with the machete. And the pimp driving the vehicle will be charged as such, as he did not call in the incident to police. The driver stated that he didn't want to call the police at 3 a.m. for nothing. What a twist! And wow, that's really gross news. New York City is on pace to have a record number of complaints about their rat problem. You may have seen the viral video of the rat in the subway trying to take an entire slice of pizza, but according to residents of the city, this is a normal occurrence. Residents have jokingly stated that they've seen rats stand upright and say, "Good morning." It's even been described as the Burning Man of rats, as if they're just sitting in a lawn chair waiting for you. Most complaints by residents are met by the city with a simple, "We're working on it." And there's an argument that there actually has not been an increase in rats in the city. But the counter-argument is there's no accurate way to depict where and how many of the rats are living in the city. Despite the nearly $3 million spent each year to control the rat problem, there doesn't seem to be much improvement. While New Yorkers are concerned about things that are going on close to the ground, China is actually looking to the sky to see a different problem. My buddy Alec Persigan provided this next story, which involves some strange cloud formations over a couple Chinese cities. The clouds in the sky bear a striking resemblance to a floating city. There's even a conspiracy theory that it's related to a secret NASA project called Project Bluebeam. The modern-day island of Laputa is more likely an optical illusion, specifically a type of mirage that is affected by faraway objects. Conspiracy theorists are not convinced, as they are adamant that the city will eventually be used by NASA to simulate the second coming of Christ. Yesterday, I did a story on a discovery by researchers that could lead to cures to obesity, diabetes, and even some cancers. Well, today, research from the University of British Columbia has discovered a protein in malaria that could eventually eradicate cancer. A protein in malaria, of all things. The protein delivers sugars to growing cells and could be used as a transport vehicle to deliver drugs used to destroy cancer cells. The theory has been tested on lab mice and has been successful. It can reduce the size of tumors and even eliminate them altogether. Two companies are developing the compound that could be used in human trials as early as 2019. The reason a discovery like this has not been made before, according to researchers, is due to a lack of technology. In a combined moment of confusion and pure nerd joy, Star Wars The Force Awakens released its latest teaser trailer for the movie set to be released in theaters in December. The confusing part was that they premiered the trailer on Monday Night Football, which may mark the first time that Star Wars fans have ever seen football. But nonetheless, today the hashtag #BoycottStarWars7 started trending on Twitter. Supporters of the hashtag are accusing the film of being anti-white. The argument is that none of the main protagonists in this film are white males, and that the film industry is forcing a multicultural agenda. I guess no one has informed these supporters of Samuel L. Jackson, James Earl Jones, and Billy D. Williams playing prominent roles in previous Star Wars films. To call Star Wars anti-white is like calling the Pacific Ocean anti-wet. If anything, Star Wars is too white. Star Wars is 2 martinis short of doing the Carlton. Star Wars is Macarena white. I have a hard time believing that in a galaxy far, far away, there are less than 5 black people in the entire solar system. I mean, every stormtrooper is white. I'd love for once just to see a guy in an AT-AT jamming out to Drake. First everything is racist, now everything's anti-racist. I mean, holy shit, if they put a Middle Eastern guy in a Star Wars film, someone might actually go through with building a Death Star and blowing up this pretentious rock we call Earth. One can only hope. This last story was provided to me by my friend Christina Walker. Thanks, Christina. Breakups are difficult and everyone has their own way of dealing with them. Just ask 25-year-old Matthew Russ. He decided to steal his girlfriend's car, crash it into a pole, set her house on fire, and then dance on the roof. When police arrived on the scene, he was sitting in the driveway with a knife, but then proceeded inside the house. He then made his way to the roof, which is when police and firefighters noticed that there was smoke bellowing from the home. Not concerned with the fact that he was standing on a building that would soon be engulfed in flames, Russ decided to take time to dance. This is when police decided to shoot him with rubber bullets, which didn't seem to make much of a difference as Russ went back into the burning home. He popped back out. Moments later, they again shot him with rubber bullets, but this time added a taser to the mix. He was then incapacitated, and firefighters retrieved him from the roof. And you thought your breakups were bad. If you still have your car and your home, consider yourself lucky. And that's all I have for today. If you want to learn more about anything I talked about, be sure to check out the links in the description below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and please share this video with all of your friends. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow when you ask yourself, what did I miss?